Right. So I'm gonna do this video, right? And the reason why I want to do this video, right, is because last night on BBC Two on Panorama, they had a program on about mental health, men's mental health, right? And suicide, and there's a guy on there with bipolar and all that stuff, right? And the reason why I want to do this video today is because, one, that stuff is very close to my heart, I'll be honest with you, like, because I've been in them situations before, like, and you know, it's nothing worse. So first thing I want to say, right, before I start this video is, one, if there's anyone who's got mental health problems, suicidal thoughts and all stuff like that, you know, reach out to somebody, because honestly, by talking to one person about it can make it so much better. So that's the first thing. And the other thing is, I just want to say, you know, I thought the programme was good, the programme on BBC Two, right, in respect to what they're trying to do, stopping suicides and all stuff like that, right? I think it's fantastic, right? And another thing as well, before I start, I don't want to, you know, I'm not putting the NHS down, right? But I am just giving my experiences over the last 20 years and what I thought about the programme and what I think the programme didn't cover, right? So basically, right, the programme is about men's mental health and people committing suicide and all stuff like that, and what they're trying to do to prevent it and all that, which I think is brilliant, right? But honestly, I've been through the mental health system for 17 years, right? I went through the mental health system for 17 years, right? And I can honestly tell you, right, that when I watched that programme last night on BBC Two, right, like I said in the beginning, I said it's brilliant what they're doing to try and stop suicide and all that, fantastic, right? But do you know the things, right, that all these people need to get better? They did not mention it once. They just didn't talk about it. They were talking about like you say, suicide prevention and all that, right? Fantastic, brilliant, and I'm not putting the NHS down in any way, right? But not once, right? Not once did they talk about food. Not once did they talk about supplementation, right? Not once did they talk about positive association, and not once did they talk about changing your mindset. Because honest to God, I can't even begin to tell you how passionate I am about all this stuff, you know. It's the year 2018, right? They've got all the technology in the world, right? And in my belief, it's the biggest hidden secret in the world. And it's not because they want to hide it. That's the problem. They want to keep it. They don't want to give people the access to go and make yourself better by using food. And that's what just really, if I'm honest with you, pisses me off. Because, you know, they got so much technology today now. and they're not even talking about, right, on that programme last night on mainstream media, about what people need to get to the root cause of all their problems. You know, I'll be honest with you, like, I went through the mental health system for 17 years, right? And like I say, I never criticise the NHS. I never do it. Like, I just give my view on it, right? I don't call them rotten and stuff like that, because that's not what I'm about. But it wasn't until I took my mental health into my own hands and started researching and looking into things on the internet, that's when I started getting the answers to my problems. And I just can't get it. I just don't get it, because they talk, you know, it's on telly talking about all this stuff, and all the stuff that people need to get better. They don't talk about it. And you know why they don't talk about it, don't you? Exactly, because it's all to do with all these pharmaceutical companies, which is bullshit, like. So, you know, it's like, why don't they talk about food on it? Why don't they talk about supplementation? Why don't they talk about mindset, association, positivity? You know, because that's what they're missing. Honest now, I can honestly tell you, right, that if somebody went right down to my doctors today, right, with a mental health problem, and there's loads of people going there on a daily basis, I know it is, right? They went to my doctors with a mental health problem, bipolar, whatever it is, right? I can honestly tell, and this isn't coming from like trying to be this or that, that's just not the case. I can honestly tell you, I've got more answers for one of them person in 5 minutes than them doctors got in 17 years. If you want to go there for 17 years and keep knocking on a fucking door and there's nobody at the other side of it telling you the answers to it. Because that's the way I see it. And I just it gets my back up. It really gets my back up. And I'll be straight with you, I don't care, right, how long it's going to take me to get my message out there about all this stuff. I don't care if it takes a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. I don't care. As long as it takes me to get heard where I need to get heard in the right places, I'm just going to keep on and keep on and keep on knocking on the door until somebody says, oh, hold on a minute, this boy, you know, he got a bit of sense behind, he knows what he's talking about. And the reason I know what I'm talking about is because they're all talking about managing bipolar and living with bipolar and this and that. And I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about thriving with bipolar, using bipolar to your advantage. You know, not looking at it as an enemy, looking at it as your best friend. And, you know, if somebody said to me 10 years ago or 15 years ago, if you had one wish in the world, what's it going to be? I can honestly tell you, the wish would be, get this bipolar away from me and out of me, right? 100%. If somebody said to me now, if you go one wish, what will it be? I can honestly tell you what it would be, is to have it for the rest of my life. And the reason that is one, it makes me the person who I am, right? And two, I use it to my advantage. I've got an edge on people. And the reason why I've got a bit of an edge is because I can just, I don't know, I just got a bit of drive with it, like. If you put yourself where you want to be with it, you know, you got a bit of drive with it, like. And something else, like, related to yesterday, right? Like, I went on this ketogenic diet, right, for 3 days, right? I was in ketosis, right? And then I went to London then, and obviously when you're out and about on the road, right, you eat stuff, but it was really healthy food in the place, right? But when I come back, and I know this is mad, right, and other people would look at this as healthy eating, right? When I come back, we went in the service stations like that, and I had a vegan wrap, right? But it was gluten in it, right? Which I don't normally do gluten, right? And I had a packet of gluten-free crisps, right? And I ate them like, whatever. You know, I woke up the following morning, right? And honestly, I felt like shit. And my body now is... The more and more you put all this healthy stuff into your body, right? The more and more your body gets sensitive. It gets sensitive to all this stuff. And yeah, so I felt crap. So I done like 2 pints of juice, right? Of vegetable juice. Got that down me. Went for a walk with my dog, right? And honestly now, I just felt like a completely different person. Felt like a completely different person. And it told me that, yesterday really told me that I just can't afford to veer off like eating all this healthy stuff. One, because I just don't feel so good, and two, it just makes me feel so good. I just got no reason to do it, like to go off eating all this healthy stuff, like. But yeah, it's just after watching that program last night, right? That's just made me think I need to just get my word out there, like, because honestly now, there's so many people with all these problems, suicidal, depression, anxiety and all that, and it's like you're just being led down the wrong path. They're all being led down the wrong way. And like I say, whatever I need to do to make a difference and to get myself heard about all this mental health, because honest to God, and people might think, oh, how can you be so passionate about all this stuff? I'll tell you now why I can be so passionate about all this stuff, right? Is because it's simple. Because in my opinion, right, is no worst enemy and there's no worst feeling in the world, right, than one, every single day of your life you got a fucking voice inside your head, right, saying, oh, go on, but you're worthless, you're a piece of shit, everyone hates you, go on and do yourself. Honestly now, is nothing worse in the world, like, and it's this absolute torture, like. And yeah, I just wanted to say that, and that's about it now. So I just wanted to say thanks for everyone who come on. Nice one, thank you very much.